Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 13th. We're going to jump right in here, Scorpio, and we're going to see what is going on for you and your current general energies. You have this horse card that says freedom in action, and also this gate card that says opportunities and home on it. So, I mean, literally, there could be a home-based opportunity coming in for you. For any of you that want to work from the home, Three of Pentacles, are you kidding? If you want to work from the home, or if you want to start a home-based business or something like that, then I would get started. Now, I freaking love this card right here, this going forward card in this deck. It really says, as you can see, there's kind of like this sunrise in the background, and it really is a card about moving closer towards something that makes you much more happy. I feel like this is the space you're in right here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some of you could be going through a separation, or you could just be in a period of life where you're feeling just a little bit uncertain. I'm pretty sure I said this to you in your last weekly reading, or it might have been the February bonus. I'm not really sure, but I kind of get this uncertainty about the future, and again, I get it. I think a lot of people feel this way right now, but I do get it more for you, if that makes sense. So. It could be something that you're thinking about. But look at this. This is a really good reading once we get through here. But I do feel there's an opportunity that is just going to make you feel more free. Here's the thing, is that what I would say to you is that with Uranus and Taurus, you specifically, Scorpio, could be feeling this very strong desire for freedom. Uranus and Taurus really puts a focus on freedom, but freedom means something different to all of us. For some people, prison is freedom, right? Because they don't have to do anything, or they don't have to worry about things, right? So for it's different for all of us, but it's one of those things where if you're in a relationship, for example, or if you have been in a relationship that kind of made you feel smothered or restricted in some way, you might be looking for something different. Same thing with money or spirituality or whatever. It's I really see you on this journey of finding something that you connect to emotionally, but also an opportunity that kind of makes you feel free. You have the Moon, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands, I feel, could be part of the journey. And again, I get that for some of you, where it's kind of you have to go on the journey, or I feel like the universe maybe wants you to get started. So if you don't know what you enjoy, or if you don't know what freedom means for you, then I feel like you need to go find out. I also feel that it's one of those things where I feel inconsistent energy can make us feel trapped as well. If you're with a person who's inconsistent, then we don't feel free, actually, because it's maybe you're with a person who love bombs you, for example. Maybe they kind of pull their energy back and disappear, but maybe when they're there, they shower you with affection and attention. So it's kind of puts you in this back and forth type of space. I hope that makes sense. So I feel you're looking for something that doesn't make you feel that way. If you want love, I feel you're looking for a person who is just there and gives you love, right? Is that so hard, Scorpio? I'd say probably not, but for some people, it certainly seems like it is. So, and same thing with business as well. It's if you have a business or a career, it's you're looking for something that can provide. You have the Moon here. The Moon, I feel, it's kind of funny because I get this energy of something kind of disappearing. It's kind of hard for me to explain. I feel for some of you that the universe is about to prove to you that something that you've been kind of dreaming about actually exists. And I see that here. Going to the Eight of Swords, to the Empress, damn, Scorpio, really good. Empress is total abundance, total happiness, and joy, and good things coming in for you. And look at this, two aces. This row represents the good stuff. So there's something good coming in for you. I feel it's something that you've always known, but you have started to doubt. Again, I'm not exactly clear on what this is yet. We're going to clarify. We're going to find out. But you have the Three of Pentacles here. I feel the universe sees the work that you've been putting in behind the scenes. I really feel you've been following your life plan, whether you realize it or not. It's maybe there's some sort of plan that you've had. And it might not seem like you're going the right direction, but I do feel you are going the right direction. It's you are creating or doing the things that you need to do to have this success. With the Moon card, you have the Moon card, of course. So I feel you need to trust your intuition here. I also feel that really you have to face your fears. I'm cheating because to me, as far as I'm concerned, Pluto in Aquarius is going to bring out some fears in all of us. I mean, it is what it is. These aren't bad fears. These are more the fear of exposure, for example. Meaning that, if you want to start a YouTube channel, then maybe you're afraid to put your information out there because maybe you're wrong, right? And that is the fear of exposure. Maybe you're interested in a person, but maybe you're afraid to tell them because you don't want to be wrong. But that is Pluto and Aquarius. And the reason that we're afraid of these things with Pluto and Aquarius, whatever it is, doesn't matter, is because it's a new situation. When you think back to every single relationship you've been in, there are probably a lot of similarities, right? So we develop comfort zones in like relationships, for example, or jobs. There have been a million studies that prove that if a person is making $50,000 a year, they go up to $100,000 a year. Within like 3 years, they always go back down to $50,000. Why? Because it's their comfort zone. So I feel that Pluto and Aquarius is like, oh, this is your comfort zone? Not anymore. You need to level up or I'm going to punish you. So Pluto and Aquarius really wants us to do things differently. And that's really why we are afraid of it. It's like if you attract an amazing person, but you're like, oh, I'm afraid of this, or I'm interested in this person. They're amazing, but I'm scared because they're outside my comfort zone. But if you face the fear, then you're going to be in an amazing relationship. Same thing in business, same thing in spirituality, every area of your life. With the Knight of Wands and you, again, with Uranus and Taurus, specifically for you, Scorpio, I would be doing this. I would be facing these fears or leaving comfort zones. With like, what are you waiting for? Knight of Wands, Hermit, what are you waiting for? Hermit is just like standing at the top of the mountain. The story of the Hermit is that his feet are frozen at the top of the mountain and he needs to get moving. He could easily take his lantern and melt his feet and he could set himself free, but he has to do it. So I feel for some of you, it's like you're ready to take action. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Fool. You're over prepared. The Fool, he normally has only a tiny little sack on his back and it says like, hey, you have everything you need right here, right between your two ears. So it's definitely time to get moving in a new direction. Next in the unexpected, you have this going forward card. Like I said, I love this card. It is a card of going towards an amazing new beginning. And you can see that the sun is rising in the background there. It's like a beautiful new path. And you do have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing unexpected here. I think this happened to you last week. As I always say, I don't try to make these things fit if they don't fit. And so I feel for some of you, this could be saying that, basically you've been going through something that has maybe hurt you with the Three of Swords. The Eight of Swords is kind of like self-imposed restriction and needing to realize that, you can be surprised. Remember what I said earlier? This reading is getting me excited, so I'm going to try to slow down here, Scorpio. But what I would say for you is that I really feel there's something. It's like the universe is about to show you that what you want exists, even if you have been thinking, well, what I want doesn't exist. Maybe you have started to say to yourself, true love doesn't exist. Or you said, maybe you're saying to yourself, I'm 35 and I haven't built the business I want yet, and everybody else builds their business in their early 30s and I still haven't done it. Like if you're creating these rules, this is what's popping into my head really. If you're creating these rules where you're saying like, oh, everybody does this by this age or this time, like if you're putting those types of constraints on yourself, I feel like this reading is saying that the universe is about to prove you wrong in the best way possible, right? The universe is about to show you what you're truly capable of and is about to show you that these things are only, kind of your imagination taking control. You have the Eight of Cups here. I feel like that there are going to be a lot of good things that happen between now and April. This is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. You can see right here. We have our next eclipse in April, and it's a really good eclipse, especially for water signs. So I feel between now and then, there could be kind of like a opportunity that presents itself that kind of breaks you out of this Eight of Swords energy. And, I feel it could be just like a new direction. It's clearly something new because we have these two aces here. So it could be new love opportunity. It could be a new business. It could be whatever it is that you want. I would focus on healing as well with the Three of Swords. Like whatever you want to attract into your life, I feel like it's a higher vibration. So obviously if you heal and you forgive the past, you're raising your vibration, which is just going to attract whatever this is into your life much faster. And that's what I would be doing if I were you. With the Three of Swords, you have the Three of Wands. What are you waiting for? I said it on the Hermit. And I definitely get that energy from your reading where there's like an action that you want to take. It's something you've been thinking about. It might be separate from everything that I've said here, but I feel like there's some sort of action. Like you want to go apply for a different job, or maybe you're thinking about moving or asking a person out. I would do it. Three of Wands, like what are you waiting for? It's going to lead to expansion. It's going to lead to good things coming in for you. And People always say to me, well, I asked this person out and they said no. I'm like, okay, good. Well, you got it off your chest. You are no longer living a lie. It's like when we are interested in a person and we don't talk to them, we are basically living a lie because we have interest. We have this energy. We're creating this energy, all this anticipation energy inside of us as well that we're just bottling up. Like, trust me. You know what bottling up leads to is this right here, okay? So don't bottle things up. This is saying like let things out, right? Or you need to do things like approach people, even if they say no. Guess what? At least you had the balls to do it, right? Now you just made yourself a lot more confident. Now you realize, now your body, your brain realizes, hey, if I ask this person out, I'm not going to die. If I go start this business, maybe it fails, but I'm not going to die. So when that happens, that's when you truly become successful. That's because, basically you become unstoppable when you do that. With the 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, I do feel like some of you had a difficult breakup. I feel like we've been talking about this here for a while. It's like the same thing. Maybe you had a liar, cheater, stealer, or something like that. Someone who is tricky. Definitely someone who is tricky. And, here's the thing. Is that even if this person was not a liar, cheater, stealer, I feel like they were just tricky. There are some people, in relationships where maybe they're not bad, but maybe they have an agenda. I don't really know how to explain it, but, I kind of get that feeling here where it's like maybe this person... It's like maybe they would always watch their words, like in the relationship with you, where maybe they were very careful with the things that they would say, trying to make sure that they wouldn't upset you or something like that. Where it's like, that's not a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing either. Because it's like, you don't know who this person really is because they're always trying to please you, right? Nobody likes those relationships, period. Point blank, plain and simple. So I feel that it could have been a person like that. And I feel like there's a new person coming in who's like, just diarrhea of the mouth, says what they want right away. Very straight shooter type of energy here. With the 8 of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups. Yes, you are walking towards fulfillment. Again, with Uranus and Taurus, I feel for you in particular, Scorpio, there's going to be a major focus on fulfillment. If there are things in your life that don't fulfill you, you are definitely not going to want to do them. That's always true for pretty much everyone, but it's going to be like extra true for you at this time. So, I feel like if there's things you don't want to do, you're not going to want to do them, and you're going to be looking for more fulfillment. Definitely could be a love offer coming in for you as well. Next, in the area of the critical information you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, there's still time to change the road you're on. It's never too late. There you go. It's funny. I said it, like maybe you think, oh, I'm too old to do this, or I'm too young to do this, or whatever. I was getting something more, I don't even think it has to do with just age. I was getting something more about like the constraints, like some sort of rule that you're creating in your head. And you have this comfort card. It says your income is steady and living comfortably. Love it. I think things are improving. It might not be there yet, just so you know, but I feel like you're getting there. It also says being too comfortable and playing life too safe is hurting your success. We talked about this. Definitely time to leave a comfort zone. Again, this is true for like everyone because of Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto going into Aquarius, but definitely going to be extra true for you. You have the Magician, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Empress. The Magician is pointing to the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is my card that says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is the energy that you put into your relationship or your business or whatever, is it worth it? And I can't answer that question for you, obviously. You're going to have to answer it for yourself. But I would take a cold, hard look at all the things that you're doing in your life. And I would say, is this getting me closer to what I want in life? Or is it making me farther away from the things that I want? And I think we all need to do this, but like if you're in a relationship, is the person supportive? Is it getting you closer to your goals? Or are they distracting you? Are they getting you farther from your goals? Your business, is it getting you closer or farther? And I would play that game because I don't know, it's popping into my head. That's why. I really don't have a good reason for you other than that's why. Because I said so, Scorpio. You have this 5 of Pentacles here. 5 of Pentacles is like feeling like you don't have the resources. Again, I feel like everybody feels like this right now just because of the astrology where, we have to be resourceful. There's a book called The Power of Broke, right, by Damon John. And like very successful companies are always started by people with like no money. So it's possible. And I feel like the 5 of Pentacles is saying if you're thinking money as your first answer in like starting a business, moving, traveling, getting into a relationship, then you're starting off on the wrong foot. I would just be thinking, how can I get started with what I have right now? And then the money will appear, the things that you want. But we have to get started first. And I definitely get that. You have the Empress, very attractive at this time. So you could be attracting love. I also feel you are attracting abundance and good things in your life with the Empress. So I would get moving. The other interesting thing here is that you have the Ace of Swords right next to the Empress. And I've been saying that, there's a certain there's like a certain element of Pluto and Aquarius that I think has a lot to do with our own inner truth. Like if we're, because it's like our North Star, the Pluto and Aquarius is like what we want to work towards, what's guiding us. And it's like if we're not living our truth, if we're doing something that we hate, or if we're doing things that are a lie to us, not to anyone else, right? This only has to do with you. That's it. But if we're lying to ourselves about the things that we're investing in, then, we're going to have a hard time. If we're living our truth, no matter what it is, no matter what your truth is, right? Even if other people disagree with it or whatever, but it's your truth, right? It's nobody else's, then you're going to be very successful. That's what I'd be doing. With the Magician, I definitely get this feeling of attracting love here. But this person's very different and scary. Like I said, you're not scared. But again, and I feel like they're scared of you as well. So you both think that each other is outside of their league. Wait, did that make sense what I just said? I have no clue, but whatever. I feel like you both feel that you're too good for each other, or that they're too good for you. I don't know, this is like turning into a tongue twister here, but whatever it is, I would ignore it. I would just put in the work. This person that's coming in for you is like perfect for you, I promise. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Strength card. I feel like you've been very patient. I feel like you need to keep pushing forward with that Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles really says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. I mean, it's very cliche success advice, but literally the advice is to focus on your strengths. Like every successful person ever says, stop, that when they became successful, when they doubled down on what they're good at and they delegated everything else, right? With the Empress, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands twice. Yep. Very, like a lot of attention, a lot of attraction here. So if you're attracting love, could be a lot of attraction just in general with that person. Very attractive, the two of you. But I also feel very creative energy, and there has been this energy of like really needing to make sure that you tap into your creativity. Like your creative ideas, creative plans could be much more successful than just, any old plan, right? I would be looking for creative opportunities. And again, I wouldn't be thinking money. That's where I'm going with this. It's like you might have this idea to create a business for free by using like YouTube or something. There you go. It's like you're using your creativity. Next, we're doing, the good stuff. You have this deep knowing card, and again, I really get this feeling here that the universe is proving you right about something, but you've started to doubt yourself. I really feel the universe is asking you to have faith here, Scorpio. You have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Two aces is a definite yes to any question that I haven't answered, but I do feel there's like a passionate new beginning coming in for you here with the Ace of Wands. I feel like there's like a lot of attention, a lot of happiness I'm getting here as well for some reason. I don't really necessarily consider the Ace of Wands a card of happiness, but I get it here. Something's making you very happy. You always say this castle here is meant to look like it's crumbling. So the Ace of Wands is a card that says out with the old, in with the new. So there's definitely a lot of new opportunity. You also have the Seven of Pentacles, same thing. Seven of Pentacles, it says, is the juice worth the squeeze? It kind of says like you've gotten everything you can out of the like current place you are in life, but there's like more over here. There's more in the future. So he's been growing these pentacles for a long time, but is there something else that you could grow in your life? I don't know. Is there? You have to answer that question, Scorpio. I can't answer it for you. Again, you are the one. Again, I think this reading is really stressing as well that you're the one that's important here. Nothing that comes out of my mouth means anything. Nothing that comes out of my mouth is going to help you if you don't take action, if you don't make the decision for yourself. It's 111, by the way, as I say that. So, I feel like I can say all these things, but until you figure out like what is worth it in your life, nothing is going to matter, right? And I would also say that, again, I feel like if there are just new opportunities, you have all these cards here that really say new opportunities. Even the Lovers. Lovers is being at a crossroads, having, a new choice. It's almost like there's like a very exciting new beginning or a very exciting future coming in for you that you don't see yet. It's a world that you just haven't imagined yet, and it contains like a victory or success. And again, I feel a lot of it has to do with your own inner truth, I feel like a lot of it has to do with like what you think matters in life. It's like, I don't really have a good example for you, Scorpio, but the energy I get for this is just like in your life in general. It's like, I look at YouTube, right? And it's like there are a lot of people who do the same thing, exactly the same thing, right? They basically all copy each other. And that's not going to work anymore. But it's scary to like come up with new ideas. It's scary to do something different or try to like mix things up. And I've been saying for years now that you have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold, right? And I'm literally starting a new channel all about just trying new things because it's the only way we're going to be successful. We have to probably try a lot. We're probably, like, if you want to be successful in business or love or whatever, you're going to have to try a lot of new stuff. But the people that do it are going to find a lot of success. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Five of Swords. There is something here about a separation, which we already talked about. Maybe it's something you thought you wanted, but I feel like there's just something much better. I would also take a risk because, to me, Five of Swords is a card of a risk. And you could be taking a risk on something that's just passion. Again, the Ace of Wands is just the spark of life. It is just that, like, one thing that gets something started, but you have to continue it after that point. Like, you can start a business and it can have an initial blast of activity, but then you have to keep that going. So, momentum is going to be very important. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the World. Yeah, some big accomplishments coming in for you here. I don't know. I feel very good about this. It's something new. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yes, nothing that you want is where you are right now. So that doesn't mean you have to move, by the way. It just means you have to try something new. Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to the past. I see a lot of like good new opportunity coming in for you here, Scorpio. Amazing reading. I really feel the reading as well is mostly focused on you. I don't think it's focusing on I don't think it's focusing on like a specific person in love or anything, but that doesn't mean love isn't going to show up. You have the Shield card that says you need to defend yourself. I don't think you need to defend yourself. I literally feel this is saying, like, don't defend yourself, even though this card says defend yourself. As in, again, there's no one you have to prove anything to other than yourself. Maybe you start a new business and people are saying you're crazy. What the hell is this business, right? Doesn't matter. Turn it off, right? That's what this means by defending yourself. It just means close your ears, right? You don't have to listen to people who don't share your vision. Nobody is going to share your vision, Scorpio. And guess what? That's a good thing. Because you know what that means? That to me says you're doing something that's very unique, that's going to be very successful. There you go. You have this June card. You also have this Turkey card that says someone is behaving stupidly. There could have been, I feel like this is talking about past June 2022. There could have been a person. This could have been when like a breakup happened or a separation. I'm kind of getting like June, July, August. So it could have been those 3 months or so where there was like a breakup or a separation. I feel like, by the way, I'd be careful of this person. I wouldn't let him back into your life. You have this 4-leaf clover. It says great, good fortune on it. Love it. So definitely a lot of success or abundance coming in for you. You have this barrel card. It says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. It's like I do feel like there's something lacking here, especially with that 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, but you could have it. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is self-imposed restriction. It says once you kind of face your fear, you could have something that you do want. And I do see whatever it is coming in. And finally, you have this Nest card. It says, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. If you're attracting love, I feel like you're attracting someone who shares very similar beliefs. I feel like maybe going back to family, maybe you were raised very similarly as well. So you could be attracting a person like that, or you could be attracting a person who wants the same things you do. Even if you don't want like a family or children, it's like maybe you have the same goals or, you work towards the same things or whatever. And that's what I get here. But damn, this is like my favorite reading that I've done for you in a while, just because it's like, again, I see where it's going. So thank you for being here, Scorpio. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.